What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel Xyz Festival is some of the most fun, hands down, I've ever had playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And certainly in the last couple of years since lockdowns and the world situation. So I want to go over the custom ban list that made it so fun and say my thoughts on some cards. Like, I don't think Gizmek Orochi should have gone. This card is famous for rank 8 engines, but I do get they wanted to stifle Grin Maju. Then just ban Grin Maju. But looking through all of it, I want to address people's major complaints with the events, my own complaints with the events, and then say what made it so fun for me at the end of the day. So, the first major complaint some people had: I worked hard on my account, spent my money on these gems, and you're gonna ban the cards that we crafted in the first event ever? Fair point that it is the first event, but you can still go play in Plat 1 with your Eldritch and your Drytrons. This is an exhibition for all intents and purposes with a ton of gems to earn. So what the Eldritch players mostly did was actually craft Phantasm Spiral, one of the only exploitive non-Xyz decks still left in the event. That was all over the place, but I got a ton of varied matchups. I got to play against dinosaurs, against trains. Probably the best deck in the event was Zodiac with the Lyrilusk engine, or some combo of either or. I played generators, which I learned tons of new things about the deck. If you're looking at my list versus my last video, I have updates thanks to my chat, and actually finally crafted Droplet with some of those gems that I earned. I only spent like 1,000 gems, and I have more crafting points that I can actually go through. So things like Artifact Scythe and this carefully crafted ban list, they stop things that would exploit the extra deck and stop you from Xyz summoning, and I think that's fine to do whether a ton of people own these cards or not. It was something fun, and you're still allowed to play with your cards elsewhere, and we'll probably have major tournaments similar to the Kaiba Cup. I know that they've actually declared early on in the inception of Master Duel, they plan to do a worlds level tournament, and with that, we should see a lot of the cards available for that tournament. No, but cards that would shut off effects, allowing you to get to Xyz summoning, or stun-like cards, they took care of a ton of those. Zephyrath, I get it. Pendulum and the actual free advantage engine there might be a bit unfair in their heads, but some of these I disagree with, like Zephyrath. Like, a lot of Pendulum decks are still there. The basis of this list is that every Fusion, Synchro, and Link monster is completely banned, so you can't use them in the tournament, and they'll have later tournaments for Fusion as well as Synchros, and I look forward to those custom ban lists. But going through this entire list, they took care of their own meta. Drytron, sure, it Xyzes, will take out the Heralds and allow you to play Yu-Gi-Oh! This is all overrated. And then they also took out Chaos Mechs for the poor Blue Eyes players just trying to creature swap incantations and Pierce for 8k. Like, anything that went against the true heart and nature of this event and would be a deck that's played as normal, they took care of, besides Phantasm Spiral. You can actually go all the way to the bottom of the list, and I crafted some cards for the tournament specifically, like Forbidden Apocrypha, and I brought up also Pinpoint Dash in a previous video. They're out of the tournament as well because they're just so strong against Xyz summoning. And they looked through all of this. They banned Exodia because that would play as Exodia. They banned a ton of different monsters and spells. They took care of True Draco, for example, among other cards. And Dogmatica, I actually don't understand this one because they can't send the fusion monsters anyways. Like, why did this engine have to go? Or strong independent cards like Eater of Millions. Basically, they wanted you to think about making a deck for the event. So, that's the second kind of problem people had. Why would I spend my hard-earned gems on a deck for this event? Well, some of you scrambled and didn't. Some of you all did self-OTK to actually farm the event. If you aren't familiar with that, there's actually a strategy to burn yourself all the way down to 0 so that you can get medals and get through the event at the fastest possible rate, and they then up the amount of medals for winning, stifling that strategy. So yeah, exploits, blunders happen, but props to the Konami devs. They took care of that in just 24 hours. That was wild. That's the third problem with Master Duel. They took care of that quick. The first one was the community complaining about the rank up rewards for Platinum and how you could just fall out of Platinum and get better rewards. They said, we'll give you gems anyways. That was pretty cool, actually rewarding the competitive players in the game for doing what they would do, because we didn't get any reward for hitting Plat 1 last season, and to get a little something for it backwards, that was pretty nice. The second one was the exploit where you could force your opponent to surrender. They took care of that in pretty much a day and addressed it in the same amount of time. And the third one was the self-burn going through the community, and they took care of that in a day. Really responsive, shocking, and the community has applauded them. So, my main problem with the Xyz Festival as it stands is not the ban list. I thought it was amazing. You only missed Phantasm Spiral in terms of being a stun-like deck that could play skill drain and that sort of stuff. But going into the Xyz Festival, my main problem is this. There's nothing for getting to the end with a winning record, because anybody could get to the end just losing over and over and over, right? I would like maybe a title for getting to the end, but cosmetics are all over the place where you could just give them for free and give just a little incentive for all these different things if you're Konami. Yes, you crafted this thing in the game, like maybe a Utopia dual buddy, or a dual field around the stars like Xyz summoning. Something that people had to say, where did you get that? I can't get that. I had to play in the festival to promote your future festivals. Play for it. People crafting for it. And also, if you're Konami, right now, everybody's just incentivized to make free accounts to get those juicy gems that each account initially offers so you can play with your different decks instead of just sticking to one account and actually building on that. Because if you could build an account with all these special things, then people have a reason to take this event seriously, to try to win at the event, to try to craft cards for the event, and maybe spend some money. That's my other issue actually with this game, is this paid for gems outside of the deals. I bought 5 out of 6 of the deals right now. I am fat on gems thanks to this festival though, and I'll show you. I've spent around $120 US on my entire account, and if you are oh so careful with your gems from day one, it can look like this. I have a full generator deck. I have a Grin Maju engine going. It's not near complete, so you can ignore that. I have an almost complete Fight for deck that uses Eldritch in order to like get the toy vendor sent back, get power on board. It's not a true Eldritch engine, it's just featuring him. The only things I'm missing here are Hope Harbinger and maybe a couple of things for the extra deck like Masquerena and Unicorn that I've forgone for now but might get with my new gems. I have an almost complete Traptrix deck with artifacts, missing probably a couple of scythes and maybe some extra deck options there as well. This is my main grinding deck for rated when I'm serious. I need to get through a season or whatever. This is what I've been going with. And then I have a full PK deck from season 1. This is without Rongo Bongo. And it's what I'm able to, like, I grinded the entire circuit into Plat 1 the first season, and then I went, oh, yeah, there's a way better version because OCG is legal. I also didn't use Max C Season 1, if you're wondering why that was missing. I was holding out, hoping for the TCG ban list, and as it was very apparent things weren't going to change, I was like, yeah, we're going to craft the Max C. We're going to have the second Call by the Grave was the first thing I actually did to counter that. And everybody's like, not on Droll and Lockbird when it's so amazing against Drytron. I guess it's a little lackluster versus Eldritch. I have a entire Tri-Brigade engine as well, and this is kind of a funnier deck. I actually finally decrafted this man. I'm sorry, Kale. He's from my streams, but I'll have to replace that with Droplet. Oh no. And then I also have an entire Zodiac engine in here also. I don't know that I can make a pure Zoo deck for the event. I'm not big enough on the hand traps yet. I've gone for certain decks over staples, which rookie mistake, maybe. I still need imperms, I still need the more ashes, but again, I've got 7,000 gems right now, and the dailies are great. The dailies are 155, so gem economy overall was helped a lot from this event as well. It was so rewarding to play in terms of improving your account, but there was nothing at the end to seriously play for versus just opening another account to make a deck. Nothing special to go in and look at your account and build upon in the future, and I would like to see that, and I would like to see you have to go for great lengths. I think Farfa brought it up that you can maybe make a tiered section in the event. Like if we go into here to duel and you come over here, maybe another section where you could hit Platinum 1 during the event in just 7 days and have to earn it that way. Have a dual field, dual buddy, that kind of thing. So very minimal cosmetics that Konami could offer. As I understand from Duel Links events, usually you get titles and other things from those as well, but I had a ton of fun. The custom ban list was awesome, and I want Konami to keep things like this up and just improve them very, very slightly. Custom ban list, really awesome job. It just shows they have people working in there that are taking this so seriously between the response times as well as what they're doing. Let me know what you thought of the Xyz Festival and your experience going in here and playing it. I had a ton of fun. I think I'm gonna get even some extra medals. I don't think these will be cashed out for anything. I think it's just done. But it would be interesting if they also did something with that. Like, if you hit the end of the event, yo, you're gonna go ahead and get this to your account. Maybe they could do it backwards without having revealed that. We have a little bit of time to wait and see. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. And again, let me know what you thought of the festival, if you did play in it, or from watching streamers play it.